Travis Wayne Goodsell. I'm getting breaking news for me, though it's been since in the 2 o'clock hour with Nicole Wallace, as I'm listening to her talk about the affidavit breaking news, but it has to do with Barr that came from last night. And so let's get view context, because Jeffrey Bermans, who was the attorney in the Southern District of New York, tells about how William Barr purposely silenced anything regarding Trump, anything implicating Trump in crime. And so, backstory. In 2020, having lost the first federal lawsuit against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and realizing that the pressures against me had now escalated because I filed the lawsuit. There was attempts to assassinate me back then, not just evict me. And so I decided to file again, this time for seditious conspiracy under RICO. This is against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I've already connected the church to Trump, as well as to paying off Putin and many other things to overthrow the government. I'd already included about the Book of Mormon being coded to warn us of these days. That 1 Nephi chapter 1, where it talks about in the reign of King Zedekiah, first year of the reign of King Zedekiah. We now know that's Trump, right? We know that. I did the video recently, again for you. And because of the criminal allegations in my filing, which was just a civil lawsuit, they don't allow criminal lawsuits from regular folk. We might have interruption of the women kicking people out. My filing was halted by the original magistrate judge, who reviews and submits to a judge for hearing of the case. He submitted it to William Barr, the U.S. Attorney General at the time. And this was all during the scandal, when Barr was purposely protecting Trump. And sure enough, within 2 weeks, it was rejected, and my case went forward. I had learned on the news, however, that Barr rejected it because he had gone on that weekend to talk to prosecutors and said, hey, I learned of seditious conspiracy, let's use it against Black Lives Matter protesters. They didn't, thank God, but now all of the January 6 people are now getting prosecuted. There are 2 more today that I saw on the news that are now guilty of it. And so that's me. That's my filing against the church in warning the government about the attempts to overthrow our government. That the church is involved. They are involved through money financing, not necessarily people on the ground. Though, yes, we do have Mike Lee and Romney, for example, who are assisting in that effect by their votes that are being cast. And Mike Lee got balls to the wall. There's the theme song in the description below, except also good for Don't Drink the Kool-Aid. And so now we know a bigger picture, is that because I tied the church to Trump, Barr rejected it. Now, move ahead to Merrick Garland. I've been tipping him before I was evicted about all of this, that Barr had refused to investigate, and provided him with more information, talking about the FBI that had been tipped, and the information given to them, and then, boom, I get evicted. Just as I told him, I'm still being threatened with my life. I'm still being attacked. And here I am, as a consequence of that attack. And so, the counterclaim that I have has been stayed now for going on 6 months. And a very big difference between William Barr and this counterclaim. And this counterclaim's a lesser court filing. It's not a federal case. And so Merrick Garland is taking this seriously. And with the 40 subpoenas for cell phones, it shows that that's the case. So here they are, and I'll end it here. Also important to add is now Bill Barr is under investigation for tampering and interference as well. And so if he wasn't already with my rejection and interference, therefore he's got more weight behind it that he did indeed tamper and interfere. And so as you guys missed the Exodus in 2020, as you missed saving America and the Constitution in 2020's election, and then with January 6th, I'm at least doing my part as the one and only faithful Mormon